Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Hello folks and welcome to GAW Evolution. We drop you right into the action as we have a packed show tonight. It's Xavier Cross and Igris, no disqualifications. This stems from Igris taking on an open contract a couple weeks ago that was due for Eddie Hernandez. Xavier Cross stepped up to him. Igris defeated Cross and then beat him down after the match. We saw Joshua Moore step up on Cross's behalf, and now we're seeing Cross step up on his own behalf in this no DQ match. We've got a hell of a show. Queen Alexia back in action. We're gonna see Devon Andrews in action against the dangerous former rookie Chandler, Marcy. And then in our main event, the Titans take on, well, we're gonna tell you in a little bit. But you are gonna stick around. You're gonna wanna stick around. You are not gonna wanna miss this. Out of the ring goes Cross, and Xavier. Igris has taken it to him early on here, but Igris just taunting Cross on the inside of the ring. Again, no disqualifications in this match, but it seems like Igris very content to stay here. He takes the back, maybe looking for that Reaper's embrace, but Xavier Cross has him up. Nice body slam. Of course, it was the Titans who basically came out to protect Igris while he was beating down Cross. Now Xavier Cross will be the first to go out and cross. He's grabbing that chair. A steel chair for Xavier Cross, but Igris understands the danger. Able to knock it out of Cross's hands. Stun gun, and Cross lands on the chair. Igris doesn't seem to want anything to do with these weapons right now. Maybe trying to send a message or something like that. Nice job from Cross. Lured him in. DDT onto the chair. Xavier Cross, that's the opening he needed, but Igris kicks out at one. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you go join the GAW Discord. The greatest community in wrestling, in my opinion. Over there, you get exclusive news, exclusive polls, and you just get to hang out with some incredible people. So what are you waiting for? Join the Discord. Link is in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. Igris now going for the steel chair for the first time. Igris has laid his hands on a weapon, and Igris bends it around. Cross is back, and again, Cross out of the way. Xavier Cross, that was desperation right there, and now Cross throwing a couple hands. It's NHL playoff time right now, folks, so Xavier Cross, I don't know how much time he's had for training. Former pro hockey player, but Cross splash into the back. And now Xavier Cross may be going again. Looking underneath the ring, Igris comes out. It's a Singapore cane, but Igris once again able to stop Cross from using the weapon. And Igris right back on top. This is a dangerous, dangerous man. We saw it last week when he was, I think, unaware the cameras were around, talking to Dagonite, one half of the Titans, and encouraged Dagonite to be even more brutal, even more vicious than we've seen from him in the past. So that is the mentality that Igris is coming in with. Now Xavier Cross just continuing to try to move this match to the outside. Cross going for that chair inside the ring. Now here comes Xavier Cross. Igris back up to his feet, and again, Igris playing defense. That's what Cross has forced him to do, but that is how smart Igris is. Igris with a power bomb on the outside. They call Igris the protege, and for good reason. Now Igris, he's got the Singapore cane, and Xavier Cross throwing some shots. Xavier Cross, look at this. That is some hockey brawling tactics right there. Xavier Cross letting loose, and now Cross up onto the knee. Cross with a shining wizard off Igris's knee, and now Xavier Cross with the chair right over Igris's back, and again, Cross lighting him up. Xavier Cross. This is what you want to see if you're Cross, but Igris fights through it. Oh, man. Well, you did not want to see that. Igris is a tough son of a bitch. And look at him, he fought through that chair, and Now Igris. Once again, Igris now taking his attack back to the outside. He's gonna bring Cross in with him, along with the Singapore Cane. It's been a brutal match here. Just two men beating the tar out of each other, and Igris shatters the Singapore Cane over Xavier Cross's back, and Igris, oh man, he was going in. I think Reaper's Embrace was coming. Xavier Cross, he's coming right back. Xavier Cross shot it with that left, and Cross again with the splash. Xavier Cross, he was dead to rights. I thought he might have been done, but now Cross, another Singapore Cane from underneath the ring, and Xavier Cross now going at Igris' legs. Cross, turnabout's is fair play as Xavier Cross, he's taking full advantage of the no disqualifications here. Barely a cover attempt in this match. Now Cross, TKO! On top of the Singapore Cane. Igris landed chest first on that shattered piece of wood. Igris in trouble, no! Cross can't believe it. The TKO. Igris catches the boot, and now Igris needs to back him up. Igris turns him around, he's got him up on the shoulders. Cross is in trouble. Igris, Reaper's Embrace on the high stack. Igris with the cover, and Igris.
It's been 6 years since I've had my fix.
Oh man. That is a performance. Igris survives the TKO. Brutal weapon shot from both men. But the Reaper's Embrace, we know how dangerous it is. And it continues to earn respect and fear among the wrestlers who have to face Igris. If he hits that Reaper's Embrace, you are done. Let's go backstage now to the current women's champion, Lazzara. You know what's ironic about your whole situation, Sophia? You have the nerve to say I'm not worthy of being champion right after getting your head taken off by Moto, after even when you had someone cheating for you. That was the sort of denial mentality I saw in you from moment one and thought I could train out of you. Unfortunately, I'm not perfect, and I couldn't. But the difference between us is I can admit that I didn't do everything right. All the egos in this sport, and you decide to call me out. Fine. I'll be happy to face you one-on-one. Put your ego to the test. I had my ego beaten and crushed out of me. I'll consider it a service to do the same to you. Mr. Rotunda, have I ever explained the meaning of irony to you? It is truly one of my favorite phenomena. It refers to the comedy that arises from a situation that goes exactly as planned, but doesn't end the way you thought it would. The irony in this situation with Island Nation is that they did indeed plan this situation very well. They were poised to potentially win titles and achieve glory. The end they were not expecting is that there is an organization whose goals are broader, whose focus is narrower. I apologize for that, but we must do what we must do. Jon Gotti, the film you ordered is ready. Thank you, Nathan. Those goals, Island Nation, begin now. But we will be happy to discuss further business in Cairo. We saw Martina Del Sol take on Yamamoto as part of this 4-woman eliminator. Now, of course, Yamamoto advances there. Queen Alexia, Del Sol's opponent today, advanced. So it will be Moto versus Alexia for #1 contendership. That is coming at Cairo. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a lot to play for here for Martina Del Sol. We know what happens when you get big wins in GAW, and this would be a huge one for the woman they call Soul Food. We've seen her pull upsets before. She famously beat Caitlin Dunlap as the 7th seed in the Storm Chaser tournament, so this is not new to her facing great opposition.
I'm so tired of trying to find.
You don't have to like Queen Alexia to be rocking out to this music, and if you love the music in general admission wrestling, check out our Spotify playlist. Link is down in the description. All the music from across GAW, all in one place. Queen Alexia has been uncharacteristically silent since her match with Yamamoto at Nitro. The two got into it as Queen Alexia lamented the fact that Yamamoto is considered the top up-and-coming wrestler in Evolution. And the two did battle to a time limit draw at Nitro 11. We've barely heard anything from Alexia since then. We've seen Yamamoto in conversations with Lazzara. And so we've seen the difference in how Lazzara views her next potential opponents. Let's see what Alexia has here today. Again, Martina Del Sol, no slouch, but when you look at Queen Alexia, you are seeing an incredible athlete, and you are seeing someone with a very high work rate. As part of the 4-woman eliminator, Alexia defeated Kristen Sakamoto. And she did it by countering Sakamoto's incredible submission abilities, which just further proves that Alexia is the real deal as a pro wrestler. Now up on the middle rope she goes. Alexia, that's a long way to travel for that moonsault. She went legs first into Del Sol, and now the springboard moonsault from the top. Say what you want about Alexia. As an athlete, there are very few women who can compete with her. Standing shooting star into the cover, 2-0. Well, I told you the Titans will be back in the ring in the main event for the first time in Season 3. They will be taking on the team of Little Dragon and Marlon Wright, two incoming rookies that will be featured on Rookie of the Year, which begins in just a couple weeks. We will have exclusive interviews with both Eddie Hernandez and Devon Andrews, the team captains at Evolution Cairo. So yet another reason to watch that show coming up next Monday. But if you want to get a sneak peek of what some of these rookies have to offer, check out the main event. Again, it's the Titans versus Little Dragon and Marlon Wright. Queen Alexia just demonstrating her incredible athleticism. Up top, shooting star press. Flying through the air was Queen Alexia into the cover. No! Del Sol again, and another springboard moonsault from Alexia. Good God, Queen Alexia avoids that drop kick. Expertly done. Alexia could be in the running for most improved this year. I know she was great last year, but this is another level from Alexia right now. Her defense is better. She's leveraging her athleticism better. She's gotten stronger. How much more could you ask of Queen Alexia? Now off both ropes. Alexia, standing moonsault. I mean, this is unreal from someone like Alexia. Another shooting star. She was up near Orion with that one, and Martina Del Sol, maybe that's not the play, Martina. Maybe that's not the play. Alexia able to take the back, and over the top goes Martina. This is absolute destruction from Queen Alexia. There's been so much action in the Evolution women's division, whether it's Yamamoto and Queen Alexia looking poised to renew their rivalry at Cairo in a #1 contenders match, or it's Lazzara getting challenged by Sophia Sweetness and then, of course, responding like we saw a couple moments ago. It seems like Lazzara might have herself another opponent, which is that's gutsy from Lazzara to take on an opponent knowing that it will be either Queen Alexia or Yamamoto waiting in the wings. Now, we've seen a whole lot, and then, of course, women like Martina Del Sol, Sophia Sweetness, Kristen Sakamoto that are trying to step up to a division that has been dominated by 3 names: Catherine Sakamoto, Lazzara, and Valeska Pierce. Nearing 10 of the 15 that they're allowed out, and Queen Alexia just sending Martina Del Sol right into the wall. Del Sol able to stop herself from careening into that barricade. Back into the ring she goes. And now Martina Del Sol sends Alexia over the top. Alexia with a stunner on the ropes. And Alexia, again, able to play defense, and that might be the most improved part of her game. She was very offensive before, but Del Sol with the air raid crash. And now maybe finally Martina Del Sol has an opening. The former beach volleyball Olympian into the cover. She goes off that drop kick out by Alexia. Seems like Del Sol might have found her way into this match. She's lucky she's been able to survive for this long to the 5-minute mark. But I think she'll take it either way. Del Sol, oh! That kick backs up Alexia off the top rope with a flying cross. Martina Del Sol. Talk about improvement. Look at this from Martina. Another high cross from Martina Del Sol. Hooks the leg. Del Sol, she's gonna steal it. No! I thought Del Sol had it right there, but she's doing the right thing. Del Sol ducks underneath and Alexia levels her. Queen Alexia puts her down, and now Alexia up top, maybe thinking Queen's crown. Del Sol, reverse DDT, that's what you want to see. If you are Martina Del Sol, if you're her coaching team who has helped her so much, has tried to help her improve with some of these wrestling instincts that she lacks by being so new. Oh man! Alexia, another standing shooting star. Del Sol up to her feet. Del Sol rolls through with the head scissor. Sends Alexia flying, and now Martina Del Sol, she thought she could surprise her. Queen Alexia, handspring Pele kick. Find me an athlete in the Evolution Women's division as good as Queen Alexia. There is no one quite like her. Irish whip off the ropes. Del Sol ducks underneath. Alexia, she did the handstand into the head scissors. This is vintage Queen Alexia stuff. A lot of offense here from Alexia. And now up top she goes. Del Sol's in the drop zone. Alexia, Phoenix splash. I mean, what is going on here? Queen Alexia with the Phoenix splash. Alexia. Moto. You get a warm up, I get a warm up. You're lucky I bailed you out of yours. Obviously, I didn't need you to bail me out here. I beat this bitch in half the time it took you, of course. These absolute losers, these complete idiots would cheer a car door if a coin dropped on the floor before it came out. You've been making your whole career on the back of another man, or maybe another man at your back. I don't know. These are just rumors. But Moto, I don't want to just beat you. See, if Okada wasn't there at Nitro, I would have, and we all know it. But now, that's just not good enough. I never want to hear you whining again. I never want to hear excuses again. I never want to hear these complete tabloid junkies pop off on Twitter again. Nuh-uh, honey. What I want is a 2 out of 3 falls match. And when I win, I don't want to hear from your nasty ass ever again. You feel me? Shots early ahead of his main event match with Garrett Gibson as he sent Angelo Diaz to take care of the champion. Again, Evolution Cairo coming at you next week here on GAW, so make sure you subscribe. So much to come out of that show. And Derek Cole hoping to get every advantage he can from that match. Chandler Marcy impressed a lot of people with how quickly he took to the sport of professional wrestling last season when he was a rookie in GAW. Let's see if that development has continued. A couple weeks ago, we saw Devon Andrews absolutely massacre a young local wrestler by the name of Philip Matthews. It's going to be a tougher test for him today with Chandler Marcy, make no mistake. But that does not mean that Devon Andrews isn't ready. And it doesn't mean that he's not ready for Raw champion Santanico, who is in attendance here tonight, watching this match from ringside. And so Devon Andrews has a lot of people to impress with his performance here against Chandler Marcy, but the same goes for Marcy himself. Beating Devon Andrews in front of Santanico, that would be the biggest win of his GAW career, no question. By the way, folks, follow us on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Links are all down in the description. We would really appreciate you doing that. Here we go, 10-minute time limit. Devon Andrews, one of the most dangerous strikers in the world. Chandler Marcy, an incredible athlete, former All-American football player, and he has retained so much of that strength, speed, and power that made him such an incredible athlete as a collegiate football player. Look at the Fisherman's Buster from Marcy off the deadlift. There are very few people in the world who can do that. And again, Marcy, he's got him again. Now this is actually pretty similar to what we saw from the young Philip Matthews a couple weeks ago. Strong start, and now Marcy, he's got Andrews in. Andrews able to break out of that Rings of Saturn submission, but he's caught again as Chandler Marcy with the knee strikes. As you see Santanico, the Raw champion, watching, waiting. He could be very well looking at his next opponent in this match. We'll see what he makes of Marcy's fast start, and Devon Andrews again having to play defense but that's apparently something he's comfortable with doing. Andrews with the ripcord knee strike. Marcy right back to his feet as Andrews goes up top, but Andrews with the diving neck breaker. Again, it's remarkable how similar this match is in its flow, in its pace, to Andrews' contest with Philip Matthews. Devon Andrews seems very content to play the rope-a-dope strategy, allow you to tire yourself out early in the match, play defense, and now he is straight onto the attack. And that is something that Santanico is going to have to deal with. Marcy up onto the shoulders. Marcy, man. Andrews trying to lay him out with that clothesline. Marcy ducks underneath, but Andrews back onto the attack again, and you can already see Marcy gave a lot to the early offensive onslaught, and now Devon Andrews, he's lighting him up in the same corner where he butchered Philip Matthews a couple weeks ago. Andrews puts him down, and Devon Andrews, look at how concise Andrews is with these attacks. Devon Andrews has to be the best striker in Evolution right now. Into the cover, Devon Andrews. I mean, if you are Santanico, you've just watched him do that exact thing to two straight opponents, and Chandler Marcy at 278 pounds, that's a real man. And Santanico, the Raw champion, into the ring he goes. You can be as bad as you want to be, but when Santanico is staring you down, that is quite a proposition. And we will see this match at Evolution Cairo. Devon Andrews versus Santanico for the Raw Championship. That is coming next week. What else is going down at Cairo? I will tell you. Igris takes on Joshua Moore, who challenged him a couple weeks ago. Eddie Hernandez and Yunsan Park take on the Titans. The Tag Team Championships are on the line. We will see the Titans coming up next. Jon Gotti, Nathan Rotunda in their first match in GAW face down Island Nation. Yamamoto versus Queen Alexia, 2 out of 3 falls. The winner takes on Lazzara for the Women's Championship. And in the main event, Garrett Gibson, Derek Cole, title on the line. We'll see you next week in Cairo. Let's get you now to the main event. Marlon, Wright, part of the up-and-coming roster of rookies that will be competing in Rookie of the Year beginning in just a couple weeks. And again, we will have interviews with both Eddie Hernandez and Kurt Andrews, team captains for Rookie of the Year, coming up next week at Cairo. Marlon Wright is, I'll talk a lot about our scouting reports on these men, and Marlon Wright is described as one of the most raw talents coming in, but also one of the most versatile. Our scouts have said that he is a plus defender in terms of how he's able to deal with pressure, and he is a very high plus athlete.
As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes. I see the pain.
He's nicknamed the Little Dragon. He comes from the wrestling capital of the world, Perry, Oklahoma. He is an incredible amateur wrestler, but also brings in some athleticism that you would expect. He trained in Mexico for several years before coming here to GAW. So our scouts describe him as one of the best blends of amateur wrestling and athleticism that we have seen in a young prospect.
Feeling like the back man, rotting like molasses. This
impossible for the Titans to look more intimidating than they already did. When you look at these two men, this is not, there were times where you would have been fooled into thinking that the Titans were, I don't know, unfocused or too caught up in their own vanity or whatever. No. These are dangerous, dangerous men. And you're seeing it right now. Dagonite and Lighter, the first recognized tag team champions in the history of Evolution of the GAW Academy. You can check the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, see exactly how their reign started, how it ended, and everything in between. Piss. Well, welcome to the show, young man. Marlon Wright going up against the greatest tag team wrestler in the history of the GAW Academy. We know how good of a defender Marlon Wright is. He can soak up a lot of offense, and the scouts say he is tough as nails. Can he convert it into offense? He does it there with some knee strikes to Lighter in the corner, and now Wright trying to do something against a much bigger man, trying to choke him out. Wright with two knees right to the jaw. And Marlon Wright going to take his opportunity to make the tag. Here comes Little Dragon. As I said, he's a great amateur wrestler, but he uses that more to fend off more traditional amateur wrestling types that he might see. He really uses his luchador training very effectively. Another tag in, here comes Wright. Good strategy from the rookies here, and Wright going straight into the cover on Lighter. I like the aggressiveness, but I don't think it's going to get the job done. Dagonite, it looks like going right after the Little Dragon is Marlon Wright with a Beaumaye. Dagonite drawing the attention away, and here comes the Little Dragon again. 4 tags early on for the rookie team, and I like it a lot. DDT attempt, and he's caught with a backdrop by Lighter. Now Lighter into the ground and pound. It doesn't come easy, but when you get to be as experienced, as good as Lighter and as Dagonite, opportunities open up for you. Offensive strategies open up for you. Cover here from Dagonite. Marlon Wright is there to break things up, but Lighter right on Wright's back, and out of the ring he goes. Now Dagonite turning his attention back to the Little Dragon. Dagonite gets him up. Powerbomb! Lighter going at Marlon Wright on the outside as Dagonite has lit up Little Dragon on the inside. Dagonite, he's got him again. Powerbomb again from Dagonite. They call him the Giant Killer. It's easy to forget that he is the same age as the Little Dragon and Marlon Wright. You wouldn't know it by what we're seeing right now. Now Dagonite. Dagonite, Tower of God. That's 3 power bombs from Dagonite, and Lighter's tagged himself in. Lighter into the cover. The Titans defeat the rookies. It was a heroic performance from the Little Dragon and Marlon Wright. They showed a lot here, and walking into Rookie of the Year, they're gonna have some momentum, but the Titans showed a lot more to the champions, Eddie Hernandez and Yunsan Park. A special performance from Lighter and Dagonite. And just watch out for Cairo, folks. It's coming on Monday. Evolution Cairo is in a week, our first time ever in Egypt, and you are not going to want to miss a single second. Make sure you subscribe, join the Discord for exclusive news leading up to the big event. We will see you then. We appreciate you.